Welcome back to our journey through the fascinating world of That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime's Light Novel. Let's continue from the last part, where we left.
Diablo had a plan to let people think they were choosing their future by setting up new rules for money and business. This way, they would care more about keeping things running smoothly. Rimuru got that Diablo wanted to make a place where the less powerful could rely on their protection, which would keep peace without fighting. Guy got what Diablo meant and saw how it could be good. Rimuru dreamed of a world where everyone could enjoy culture and media, but he hadn't thought about all the small details of Diablo's plan. Diablo talked about how being thankful could help keep peace better, and Rimuru felt like he had to agree, even though he wasn't sure at first. Guy expressed his skepticism about Rimuru's ability to manage the intricate calculations required for Diablo's plan, but Diablo assured him of Rimuru's capabilities. However, Rimuru felt uneasy about Diablo assuming he would manage the plan, fearing it might attract unwanted attention from other demon lords. Yet, Guy surprisingly accepted Diablo's proposal, stating that he would step in if Rimuru failed. Rimuru reluctantly accepted the responsibility, acknowledging the potential challenges ahead. Despite his uncertainties, Rimuru pledged to strive for world peace in his own way, leading to his official appointment by the Octagram to manage the Western nations. The summit wasn't over yet, and Rimuru received a stern warning from Leon about Carrera's explosive temper and potential for destruction. Luminous added to the caution, highlighting Violet's unpredictable nature and tendency towards brutality. Rimuru realized that Testarossa posed even greater challenges than Carrera and Ultima. Feeling the weight of responsibility, Rimuru acknowledged that he couldn't simply blame Diablo for any trouble caused by the primal demons, as they were technically under his care. Despite feeling overwhelmed, Rimuru couldn't retract his offer to Elmesia to manage them and regretted his earlier lack of foresight in dealing with the situation. Ramirez, Dino, and Veldora swiftly excused themselves from the summit, each citing their own urgent tasks to attend to. Their synchronized departure hinted at their desire to escape the tense atmosphere. Dino, eager to avoid further confrontation, exaggerated his commitment to work, much to Guy's disbelief. However, Ramirez supported Dino's claim, prompting Guy's incredulity towards Rimuru. Rimuru attributed Dino's newfound work ethic to the rule of earning one's keep in their nation, denying any involvement of magic. Despite Guy's skepticism, he dropped the topic, perhaps sensing Rimuru's genuine response. Rimuru redirected the conversation, inquiring if Guy's sole purpose for attending the summit was to discuss Testarossa and the other primal demons. Rimuru hoped there wasn't any additional issues to address, as dealing with further complications would only add to his already hefty workload. Nonetheless, Rimuru recognized the necessity of addressing any concerns Guy may have had. Rimuru expressed surprise and concern upon learning that Guy encountered the group known as the Moderate Jesters, especially since they had dealings with Leon. Rimuru inquired if Guy had encountered Yuki, the leader of the Moderate Jesters, during his encounter. Guy confirmed that he had indeed seen Yuki. This revelation prompted Rimuru to recall recent orders he had given to Sawai to investigate the Free Guild headquarters and its branches, suspecting that Yuki might return to his headquarters after their previous encounter. However, Rimuru had not received any reports yet, and was surprised that Yuki had crossed paths with Guy instead. Rimuru pressed Guy about his connection to Yuki, suspecting they might be collaborating, but Guy denied any affiliation and mentioned that he had intercepted Yuki and his group while they were attempting to flee to the east. Despite the encounter, Guy did not kill Yuki but opted to discipline him instead. Rimuru and Leon expressed surprise at this revelation, especially considering Yuki's bold decision to flee eastward. Guy explained that he initially planned to capture Yuki to gain leverage over Rimuru, but ultimately decided against it due to changing circumstances. He then proceeded to provide details about Yuki's various actions, including developing the Society of Adventurers into the Free Guild, establishing connections with the Razos, supporting Clayman as a demon lord, and dismantling the Echidna Club to create the Cerberus Society. This information shed light on Yuki's extensive influence and activities behind the scenes, confirming Raphael's earlier analysis. Rimuru reflected on Yuki's impressive abilities to establish and control various organizations both in public society and the underworld. Despite the challenging nature of such endeavors, Yuki had managed to accomplish them within a relatively short span of time, showcasing his talent and intelligence. However, Rimuru was wary of Yuki's overconfidence and failure to accurately assess his opponent's strength, considering Guy's formidable presence. Rimuru acknowledged Yuki's luck in escaping Guy's wrath during their encounter, conceding that luck might be one of Yuki's positive attributes. Rimuru was left with mixed feelings upon learning that Yuki was alive. Despite sharing a homeland, Rimuru couldn't overlook Yuki's manipulative actions, including using powerful families like the Razos and even manipulating Leon. Additionally, Yuki's involvement in dragging Rimuru and Hinata into battle for the sake of world conquest was deeply troubling. Seeking clarity, Rimuru asked Guy directly why he let Yuki go. However, Guy's cryptic response that it was all just a game left Rimuru even more puzzled. Unsure of what Guy meant by this remark, Rimuru couldn't shake off his suspicions, but Guy didn't provide any further explanation. Yes, it seems that way. Guy's plan involved creating chaos and panic in the Western nations by orchestrating the massacre of the Council. This would allow Rimuru to step in and offer his protection, thereby solidifying his control over the region. While Maizuri's actions may have appeared extreme, they were ultimately intended to serve Guy's larger goal of bringing all of humanity under the rule of the Demon Lords. In a sense, both Guy and Maizuri were working towards the same end, albeit with different methods and motivations. Rimuru listened as Guy explained his plan to manage the Western nations, wanting to avoid chaos and ensure humanity's safety. Rimuru, with Testarosa's help, already had significant influence there, which Guy didn't seem to mind. Rimuru agreed to take over the management of the Western nations, asking Guy to stop causing trouble in northern Inglesia. Diablo assured Rimuru that Testarossa could handle it, and even Guy agreed, showing Rimuru how mysterious demons could be in their thinking. After receiving Guy's assurance and leaving Testarossa in charge of handling demon activity in Inglesia, Rimuru found himself responsible for managing the Western nations. However, Luminous brought up the issue of the Eastern Empire's military activities, prompting Rimuru to inquire further. Hinata explained that the Empire had been conducting military exercises, suggesting potential conflict. Rimuru reasoned that invading another nation only makes sense if there's something valuable to gain from it, like resources or land. However, wealthy nations often prioritize self-defense to deter invaders. Ultimately, people may go to war because they believe they'll emerge victorious, regardless of the risks involved. Hinata was ready to help but didn't want to be told what to do by Rimuru. Rimuru understood and didn't ask her to lead the battle. He just wanted her to get her team ready in case the Eastern Empire attacked and to be careful of spies. Luminous worried about what would happen if Rimuru lost the fight. Rimuru felt the weight of this but was thankful for Hinata's help. The hardest part for Rimuru was getting Yuki to work with him because they had a lot of bad history. Yuki had messed up Xian's group before, took control of Clayman, and stirred up trouble in other places. Rimuru knew fixing their past and working together wouldn't be simple. But Xian picked up on Rimuru's worries about Yuki, and Rimuru admitted to not trusting Yuki given their troubled history. Guy showed little concern about Yuki's movements, leaving Rimuru to handle the situation. Diablo agreed to monitor Yuki's actions discreetly. Rimuru decided to wait and see how things unfolded with Yuki, unwilling to trust him without an apology. Xian assured Rimuru of her support, ready to confront Yuki if necessary. Rimuru silently hoped Xian wouldn't kill Yuki accidentally, knowing Yuki didn't intend harm toward them. With Yuki's fate left uncertain, they moved on from the topic for the time being. Guy had one more thing to discuss: the hero Chloe. He knew Granville's mission was related to something Luminous was hiding in her domain, and he came to check on it. But Diablo had assured Guy to leave it to Rimuru during the battle. Rimuru remembered Diablo's words and realized it was a smart move. Rimuru decided to take charge of the summit and summarize the situation for Guy, keeping the most crucial details about Chloe's time travel hidden to avoid any complications. As long as Rimuru didn't reveal everything, Guy wouldn't know the full story. After defeating the Berserk Cronoa, Rimuru tried to blame most of the chaos on Cronoa to protect Chloe's secret identity. However, Guy saw through the deception and asked for an explanation about Chloe being a hero. Rimuru tried to come up with a fake story, but Guy called him out as a liar. Leon intervened, claiming that Chloe was the person he had been searching for through targeted summoning and that she played a crucial role in saving everyone. Luminous also supported this explanation, stating that Chloe was the most suitable sealing vessel. Rimuru had no choice but to go along with their story, despite feeling unsure about where it would lead. Guy questioned the concept of Chloe being a sealing vessel, prompting Rimuru to continue with the fabricated story. Rimuru claimed that Chloe possessed a unique ability to steal and seal powers, citing Leon's description as evidence. Luminous then chimed in, expressing bitterness over losing a prized weapon but accepting it to prevent chaos. Lastly, Leon emphasized the need to protect Chloe from powerful threats, portraying their encounter as unexpected and unfortunate.
That's it for today, guys, and thanks for watching the video. Stay tuned for next chapter. Until then, goodbye.